So we've got a big game coming up on May 10th, so Friday, between the San Diego Padres and the Dodgers. Let's go ahead and talk about that. So right now, the Dodgers have been on a really good win streak, and the Padres have not been hitting their stride. So when you look at the model, we see a real big discrepancy in uh, the expected performance. So it's got the Dodgers winning, roughly 68 to about 32%. Look at the scores. You're looking at something about 6-3, 6-2, somewhere along there. But the one thing I would point out is this is a rivalry game, and it's in San Diego. Uh, so that's always going to probably push that down a little bit. But the odds are still in the Dodgers' favor. So let's go ahead and take a look at why I think that is. So a couple things that I would point out here is Tyler Glasnow has been just lights out, uh, and when you look at his opponent Michael King, just not quite in that. Right now, I think Glasnow is in a league all of his own. Average hitters are only about 182 against him. His walks are down. He's got tons of strikeouts, and he's been going deep into the game. The Dodgers bullpen, they started off poor, but they've been trending upward. And speaking of trends, when you come down here, if you look at the Dodgers, their overall win percentage, or one phrase that runs the margin with which they've been winning, has been steadily increasing. Meanwhile, the Padres have just been pretty stagnant, just kind of hanging around that um, overall trending uh, uh, up and down, right around that 500 range. Indeed, that's where the record is at 500. They've got a few more runs for than they do against, but overall, uh, they have been up and down throughout the season. Then I would say that if you look at the overall performance of some of their big players, just lackluster. No, so Fernando Tatis, 7 home runs, batting 255. Not bad, not great. Manny Machado, I would expect better than 250 and 5 home runs. So, and meanwhile, the Dodgers have been getting great performance, particularly out of that top 5 or 6 guys. And if Andy Pages has just been phenomenal. Right now, I would say most people are saying he's strong rookie of the year, early year. So let's take a look at the numbers here. So a couple of things. The first thing that I would say stands out at me is just the expected OPS for the Dodgers, just well above that is what you expect to see down here for the Padres. So, and again, this here is based upon the matchups as well. Dodgers, the model is saying Dodgers should be doing a pretty good job of getting lots of walks tomorrow. Meanwhile, it's showing that the Padres, again, with the matchup, Glasnow is going to keep the walks to a minimum, and it's also showing that both teams get their fair. They're free swingers. They're going to go up and get their fair share of strikeouts as well. But at least the Dodgers are also getting some walks, whereas the Padres looks like they're not getting. They're not getting those against Trevor Glasnow, if nothing else. And then likewise, if you come over here, you look at the Dodgers. It looks like they're supposed to be putting up some home runs, getting some doubles, and just overall getting a lot of hits. That's what we see over here. Whereas I think with the Padres, they just don't have that same level, and that's where you just see, particularly as you see it pop up here in the OPS and then the slugging as well. So should be a fun game tomorrow. I always like the league rivalries. Right now, the Padres, they've been leading they're leading that series so far this season. So we'll see if the Dodgers have been on a pretty good win streak here lately as well. So we'll see what balances out tomorrow. Should be a good game. Both teams had off days today, so both teams should be coming in ready to play well tomorrow. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you have any questions or comments, drop me a note.